What is going on, y'all? Welcome back. I'm your host, Reed DuPont, and welcome back to the Reed DuPont Show Sports Edition. In today's video, we're going to talk about the takeaways of the 2023-2024 Texas football season. As well as we're going to be talking about what's next, what's looking ahead in the future come this spring, summer, and into next season. So we're gonna get right into it. If you're a Texas football fan, hey, make sure you're subscribing. Colt McCoy, got TJ Ford on this side. Big Longhorns fan, lots of Longhorn content on here, as well as sports in general. But if you're a Longhorn fan, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get right into it. We're just gonna get a real quick recap of the season. We went 12-2. Longhorns went 12-2. Won the Big 12, right? Lost in the playoffs. Had some injuries. Lost Jonathan Brooks. That was a big injury. Lost the Red River rivalry. Said won the Big 12. Quinn played absolutely insane. I mean, he played good enough to get to where we were. He wasn't. I mean, he didn't make it to the Heisman. He didn't make it to the Final Four, but he played great. He played good enough to win throughout the season. We're gonna go over his stats here in a second. I thought the coaching staff was great throughout the season. Both defense and offense played their part. It was a very good season for Texas fans. I don't know. I feel like going in, my prediction going in was we were going to be, just in the regular season, I was saying 10-2 for regular season. 10-2. That was our highest top, and then the lowest was 8-4. So that's where I had Texas Longhorns going into the season, and with the playoffs and whatnot, Big 12 championship, they finished 12-2. So that was definitely above my standards, and honestly, it's the standard for the organization. 12-2, Big 12 chance to make it to the playoffs. That's the standard, but I think Texas fans need to be very, very appreciative and just, happy with what the results came from this season, even with a loss in the playoffs. If you think about it, it's been like 10 years. I mean, we made it to the Sugar Bowl with Sam Ellinger. We made it to the Sugar Bowl with Sam Ellinger, beat Georgia. But other than that, guys, we haven't done much since 2009. So to be able to win the Big 12, which was the top priority, is to win the Big 12. It was our last year. We had to go up. We had to go out on top, and we did. That was the biggest goal that I thought that we accomplished this season. Was not making it to the playoffs. Was not getting ready for the SEC. It was winning the Big 12. This was the final year, and we did it. Did it, and we're out. I thought that was huge. And then, even Coach Stark said at the end of the season, guys, I know we lost in the playoffs, right? We didn't make it to the Natty. But guys, we hit our accomplishment. We won the Big 12. That was huge. So I'm very pumped about that. So I want to go over Quinn's stats. I've gotten them written out right here. And there's still going to be a lot of Quinn haters out there saying he's not it. Let's just put Arch in. Quinn needs to go to the draft. He needs to transfer. Whatever. But guys, he played great. He played good enough to win games, which he did. He was injured. He did miss a game or two. I believe it was 2 games. Malik Murphy came in and he did his job. We got the dub. I'm just going to go over his stats real fast. Quinn had 3,479 yards passing this past season. I believe last season he did not hit the 3,000 mark. He was under the 3,000 mark. I can almost guarantee that. So he was above 3,000. He almost hit 3,500, guys. 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he had a QBR of 78.3, which was 17th in the league. I got some stats as well compared from 23 to 22. I'm going to read those as well. I'm going to read the 22 first and then the 23. So attempts, in 22, he had 296 attempts. 23, he had 394. So he he threw 100 more throws, basically. 102 throws. Completion, 22, 58%, and 23, 69%. Guys, 69%. And 22 yards. Okay, I was right with the passing yards. He threw 2,177 passing yards in 22. 23, like I said, 3,479. Average yard, 22 was 7.4, and 23 was 8.8. Touchdowns, and 22 was 15 touchdowns. Remember, he was injured last year in 22, and it was a lot more of a, it was a bigger injury. It was up here in his collarbone, shoulder area. So he had lost a lot more games. But he had 15 touchdowns in 22, 22 touchdowns in 23. 6 interceptions both year. It's kind of cool. Both year, interesting. Both year he had 6 interceptions. His longest passing yard in 22 was only 49 yards. In 23, it was 73 yards. So those are just a little bit Quinn stats. I mean, in every category he improved in. So, and the fact that he's coming back for another year just shows that, you know, he wants to mature even farther, and he wants to even take it to that next level. So, big credits to him. And I want to talk about some of the bads as well from this past season. I would say the biggest bad is, other than that we lost the playoffs, obviously that's going to be a bad, it's a shame. But even though I'm going to say, if we would have beat Washington, I think we would have beat Michigan in the Natty, just because Michigan, all they wanted to do was run the ball. And the best thing that we do is stop the run. So I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to say anything else about it. But that's that. The biggest thing, though, from this past season, I think, is the Jonathan Brooks injury versus TCU in Fort Worth. I was actually at the game. I was on the same sideline up in the stands that he got injured, and so it was so dumb too, because the game was over. We were winning, and then they came back, and then we had to put Brooks in, and then he gets injured because of it. We were up so much. It was heartbreaking, and that moment I was like, ooh, the season's over. Like, we don't got Brooks. What are we gonna do? And it showed. I mean, honestly, as much as I love Baxter, that man's going to be an absolute beast. I say the next Dijon. And as much as I love Blue, both of them fumbled in the playoff game in critical moments, both of them, that I believe lost us the game. I mean, if we had Brooks, of course Brooks could have fumbled the ball too, but if we had Brooks, who knows? You know, everyone wants to complain with, you know, the secondary which the secondary was awful, but the secondary and some of the play calling late game. But once we had Brooks, once they didn't fumble those 2 fumbles, those are 2 possessions, which I believe they scored off the first one and we stopped them on the second one. So they scored 7 points, if I believe. So, I mean, I'm just going to say that was a big loss during the season. Xavier Worthy, that man was injured throughout the whole season, but I do give him credits. He pushed through it, and that man played when he was injured. And then, I mean, also all the wide receivers, offensive line, they played fantastic. I thought the secondary at times played good, but that's at times. They need more weapons at safety, at cornerback, stuff like that. Which they got in the portal, which we're going to talk about here in a second. I'm going to do a whole video over the portal, but I do want to touch base with it real fast just because it's a hot topic. But the secondary, the biggest concern that I had with the secondary was, first of all, I got to give credit to that D-line, just stopping the run and the linebackers. What an amazing group that was. But guys, they could not get. They had trouble getting to the quarterback. I would have to say they had trouble getting to the quarterback, especially I saw it in that Washington game. I mean, even the pressure was just all right, you know. So I really hope for improvement. Which I know we have Colin Simmons coming in, edge rusher. We got that edge rusher from UTSA coming in. So I'm excited about that. We'll be able to get to the quarterback, especially these SEC quarterbacks that are dual threat, can run, throw, do it all. So overall, obviously Texas was, Texas fans like myself, oh, we're back, which I believe we are back, but, as a Texas fan, you want to win it all when you had the opportunity, and we did have the opportunity, we failed, we did not make it to that spot. But Texas fans need to feel super pumped about what they saw this season. This is year 3 with Sark and Sark's group. We won the Big 12, finished the past 10 years were just right? They were just not very good, and we finished the Big 12 on top, right? That's what I take away this season. We finished the Big 12 on top. We had an amazing group of players. We had an amazing group of coaching staffs. Made it to the playoffs. We got some playoff experience, right? We lose some guys to the draft, but we keep some guys. Our recruiting was top 3 this past year. So we're moving forward. We're in the right direction, and I think we're going to make a big push for this first year in the SEC and the new playoff expansion. So great season. I am absolutely hyped for this season, this past season. The boys played great, and it was a heck of a season. And I'm super excited with the outcome. Big 12 chance, baby. Let's go. Moving on for what is next. What is next for this program? We're going to start just a quick portal talk. I'm going to do a whole video over who we've gotten in the portal. That'll probably be the next video because I want to get that out pretty fast for y'all. But guys, with the Alabama, oh man, I don't know if I want to talk about this video or the next video. We'll keep it for the next video. But Sark went out to the portal. He grabbed some guys, whether it's from UTSA, like I said, the Ed Rusher, Alabama, Florida, working on Mohammed from Washington right now. Sark went out and about and found the positions that he needed for his team, whether it was at cornerback, whether it was at the D-line, whether it was at running back, whether it was at wide receiver. He picked up 4 or 5 guys in the wide receiver room, and it looks like we didn't lose anyone, even though we lost Xavier Worthy and A.D. Mitchell to the draft, first round, second round pick draft guys, and we still might not even, we might upgrade this next coming season, which is crazy to think about. I'm going to do a whole video of all those guys, Bolden, Wingo, Golden, stuff like that, Bond. But he went out in the portal and he got the guys that I think are going to make a big impact. They're just not going to be there. They're actually going to be role players, skill players that are going to make a difference. I think that is big from what Sark did this year compared to other years in the portal. So I just want to say that. And I'm real excited to see just what the full team looks like going into spring and in summertime when all the recruits come in. Some recruits already came in like January, and who else came in? There was a bunch of recruits that came in. January was one of them. This like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. But we'll get all the other recruits this summer. And so I'm excited to see what spring ball looks like and then what the actual full team looks like. There's still a lot of moving parts from now until, summertime to see who's playing what position and, what kind of backups we have. I'm very excited to see what the full team's going to look like because there's a lot of moving parts going into the next season. So that's going to be really cool. And then just this season's different because, there's so much going on. We're going to a whole new conference, and we're going to see what the SEC has for us. We're going to see what it awaits. As a Texas fan, playing the same teams every year, Kansas State, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, TCU, Baylor, it's gotten old, and I'm ready to play new teams. The best teams, Georgia, Florida, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Auburn, all the top dogs. I want to play them. And so I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to be able to travel to new atmospheres in the South. I went to Ole Miss first semester, and that place was just amazing. And then I'm also excited we got Georgia here at home this year. We got Florida here at home this year in Austin. So seeing these teams at home is going to be like, I don't even know what to think about it. other than that the stands are going to be packed. We're going to have 100,000 plus, 105,000 plus. So that is very exciting. Plus, on top, that we have a brand new college football playoff situation with the 12-team playoff. You can lose one game and still make it in the playoffs. In Florida State's case, you can go undefeated and you're going to make it in the playoffs. Unlike this past year, you can lose 2 games and probably still make it in the playoffs. And honestly, there'll be a team that's going to lose 3 games somewhere down the road and is going to make the playoffs. And I like that. First of all, it's more games. I don't know why everyone's like, 12 teams too much. Guys, it's more football. Why would you not want more football in critical moments of the season? Like, give me 12 games. I'll take 12 over 8 any day. I know it's a little much, but I'll take it. I'll take more games. And then it gives your team an opportunity to lose a game or 2 and still not throw your whole season away. Let's say you start the season 1-2 in the past college football. Your season's over, 1-2, or even 1-1. Your season's over. Why are you watching the rest of your season? Like, come on, it just gets boring. Why would I want to watch a team that's not going to make it to the Natty, or it's not going to be successful, make it to a bowl game? But in this situation, you can lose 3 games, maybe 2 at least, and make it into the playoffs. Makes it more exciting. It makes teams, want to fight for a position in the playoffs and actually, play their full players in bowl games. So I'm super excited for this season, that on top of the SEC. So just a little recap, amazing season for Texas Longhorns. From the beginning of the season, from when we beat Alabama to the end of the season, with beating Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship and then playing Washington, it was an amazing season watching the boys. That was a heck of a group of guys, group of players. I enjoyed watching them, and I'm excited to watch Xavier Worthy, Sweat, AD. There's Ryan Watts. There's a bunch of guys I'm super excited to watch in the NFL and get drafted. And so it was an amazing year, and I'm ready for this next year. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe, like this video, drop a comment. Any kind of topics y'all want to see sports related. And I appreciate y'all watching the Reed DuPont Show Sports Edition. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in that next video. Peace!